Good evening, everybody. My name is Lewis Lee from Plan and Traffic. I am your host and the most. I'd like to welcome everybody in on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. If you're on YouTube, please share and like, and let people know that we're here doing car stuff, talking a whole bunch of car stuff. We have some people in the chat room, and we have Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about your company and where you're located.
Okay. We're in Orange, California, which basically about 2 miles from Disneyland. So that's where we've been quite a while now.
Yeah. Beautiful area, huh?
Oh, yeah. Can't complain. Love the weather.
What's the temperature there now?
Well, at nighttime, it's probably 62, 63. So, yeah. Balmy compared to.
Yeah, we're in Ohio. We're at 31 right now.
Oh, nice.
And rainy. There's no snow, but it's rainy.
I'll stay out here.
Yeah, I hear you. Nice place to visit.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your company and how long you've been doing it, and
Sure. My partner and I, Jeff Draper, we've actually been in the X-ray business for going on about 32 years. Okay. And during those periods, we had to take older equipment and keep it running after the manufacturers have given up on it. So we're kind of a MacGyver of equipment like that. So what we were looking at is we always used masking tape and a Sharpie to basically be a jig, like if we have to drill, numerous holes, 12 inches across, one per inch, set it up, make the marks and all that, and take care of it. That was the reason why we came into needing. I said, there's got to be a different way to do this. And the impetus came for me was just watching some of these reality shows that, someone will screw up something, the bean counter gets pissed off, and they have to redo it and all that stuff. So I was thinking about why not have an adhesive version of a ruler that can go around a curved surface? Because if you're doing that, you're getting an accurate result, because a metal tape measure, pull it out and you start bending it around a corner or something like that, right. You'll start getting it to snap in 5 places and all that. This one's designed basically to actually adhere to the surface, and then basically you can actually drill right through it. So consider it a jig that you're putting on a piece of metal. This is, it's a big thing for fabricators. So if you're doing lines of rivets on, let's say, a rat rod car or something like that, you would basically put, here's one of our 36-inch versions. That's a 10-pack of 36-inch. You would basically stick this right on the surface of the vehicle and do work that way. You drill right through the product, and you've got evenly spaced holes, and they're accurate and they all line up, versus something where you're putting a little X down on crepe paper, masking tape or something like that. It just doesn't seem to work out.
I've seen the product work a little bit, but I didn't realize that you can drill through it, and that makes a whole different thing in my mind now.
Exactly. Yeah. When we came into this, we've only been around for about 2.5 years because we invented it. We first got on board with a lot of painters, people doing panel work, things like that, because our units go up to about 6 feet wide. You can actually put these things on the top of the front and rear windshield and lay down a pattern lines immediately, because you're just having to go from one number on this side over to there super quick, versus making sure you've got it all done.
That makes sense.
The other way. Yeah. One of our 6-foot ones is called an 72R. And what the difference is, you can see it actually right on this page right now. Okay. Right in the middle is where 0 is. right in that little red arrow
Okay.
there. That's 0. And if you notice, they're going out different numbers both directions
Yeah.
evenly. So what you would do is use that real quick to find the center point of your car. It's easy when the number on one side equals the number on the other side.
Yeah.
Where that thing shows up as your center point.
Let me see if I can find a good picture of it.
I can pull one up too if you need to.
This is pretty slick. Now, see, I've been talking with Tammy from Tamco. You know Tammy.
Great gal.
Yeah, she is, man. She is so bright. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
yes. Yeah, they got some good product over there, and you're taking things by storm. So
yeah, she sure is. I talked to her yesterday. I was going to see if she wanted to come on and talk to you with everybody, but she's doing her live show on Facebook at the same time. So we're gonna get all connected up where we can go live together.
Sure.
So that that'd be another time, but yeah. So I've been talking to her, and she's the one that really set me up towards you at SEMA.
Okay.
And so I got your little piece here.
The sample sheet, yeah.
Sample sheet, yeah.
Basically, yeah, got about 5 different versions of our products all on one sheet, and that's the ones we tend to give out a lot when it comes to conventions and adding a little bit extra in each Trulers.com order. We'll throw a little extra sample sheet in there just so it could be passed on to someone else, because the part of this product is it's better once you get it in your hands. Then the light bulb goes off and says, okay, I know what to do with this, and so
yeah, I see. When you said that you zero out on that red line,
yeah,
that just opened up my brain, because when I looked at this at first, I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have to call Jack to see how to use it. But now that you said that, it just makes sense now.
Yeah, because we've had one project a few months ago. They called me back and said, just using, I think, $6 worth of the product knocked off an hour 45 to 2 hours of labor.
Wow!
By doing it so fast. People like that run rally stripes on Mustangs.
Yeah,
the Shelby Mustang has a page that shows X amount of inches from this direction and that direction on where to put the product. This would speed it up.
Trying to pull up some more pictures. This is me. Yeah, let's see. All right, here we go. So I noticed you had a bike actually it's on the advertisement that we had tonight.
Yes, Wicked Beauty. Yeah, that was done by Rodino Bautista, the paint job.
Man, beautiful bike. I seen it at your booth at SEMA, and
yeah,
man, you couldn't stop looking at it. It was crazy.
A true work of art. Jobs like this that you see up here, you're asking, what to do or what you would use that for, is some of our units go down to just a 1/4 inch thick by 12 inches. And in order to have symmetry on a surface like a gas tank, it's a very odd thing to measure on one side and get right on the other side.
Right.
So by actually adhering the product to the thing, when you do it on the opposite side, you just know exactly when you get down to that spot. Both of them line up, and you basically have gotten your symmetry, which is hard to do on a surface like that.
Wow. Now I have a project, a '77 Cadillac that I'm going to do lowrider.
Yes.
And I'm going to do the roof with the lines.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've been thinking about it, trying to figure out how I really wanted to do it. And using your product is going to make it easier for me to get it out of my head. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But our motto is truly save time. And obviously time is money. So from a bean counter point of view, it makes sense for a shop to have these, because when you use them, you're using a small amount of money, maybe to save way more time.
Right. Now I've seen that you had magnets as well.
Yes, we have 3 different magnets. Basically, you can see one right here. This one's designed, let's say you're taking emblems off a car. And you want to put them exactly back in the same space when you repainted the thing.
Mhm.
You would put this right on the vehicle, and of course it sticks to the metal panels and all that stuff.
Right.
And use these parts of it to hit a landmark on the piece of on the body part you're doing, whether it be end of a seam or something like that.
Mhm.
If you put one on one side, one on the other, when you come back to do everything, if you just stick this back on the car, the emblem will sit right in the spot, and you can mount it exactly in that spot that you removed it.
Neat. Hey, Ray. This is Ray Garwino from Motor Mouth Radio.
Hey, Ray.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
Doing good.
I was not doing so good. Louis, whenever I fill in for you and then I have to log out and log back in, it doesn't recognize my camera, the microphone. Nothing is.
Yeah.
Computers.
Yeah. Right.
I want to hit it with a truler.
So Jack's telling us how this thing works, man, and
Yeah.
I was a little confused a little bit, and I was going to call him when I start playing around with some paint.
Sure.
But man, he's making it simple to understand now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we there's so many different styles and all that stuff, and the initial one was, I'll bring it up right here. This was the very first one we did. Okay, so, and all these arrows were actually designed for lining up tape lines.
Mm.
You either wanted to, like a 1/4 inch tape, every one of these is 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
If you want that tape right on, you want to erase that little triangle with your tape.
Oh.
Okay.
So it was basically graph paper for lining out designs. Yeah.
Exactly, and telling you already how many inches from A to B, to do this.
Right.
The little dots in the center, these are all exactly 1/8 inch black circles.
Right.
If you're having to drill multiple spots to put fasteners or something like that, and you want it to look really professional, stick this down, drill right through it. For $1, you've just taken off maybe 10-15 minutes of accuracy.
Yeah.
Now, what material is that made out of?
This is it's a plastic with an easily removable adhesive.
Beautiful. So you can stick.
They can stay on for a few days. I would probably say maybe don't put them onto anything that's freshly cleared until it outgasses, because anything that's adhesive will probably make the adhesive softer. But other than that, they're designed not to stretch. Unlike tape, where you actually want it to curve, this is something you don't want to curve. You want to you'll change all the geometry on it.
Sure.
So you're always going to get the exact measurement.
Right.
And that's why everything I ever taped off was just total freehand. because otherwise to lay it out in a grid like that, you had to have some kind of a system like this. What is the name Trulers? How did you get that name? I gotta think it's like a hybrid.
Yep, it's tape and rulers.
Tape and rulers. Okay. Excellent. Very nice. Makes sense. It's the simplest ideas are usually the best.
And I'm being told all the time now is, you're in fabrication and you're in paint, custom paint, but there's a lot of other uses for this in other industries. And
like cabinet making, you can use it for the knobs.
Yes, you could do that, and also inside the cabinets where the little pegs go in the sides.
Yeah,
where you have to drill a few of the holes up there. You would just tape this down and go right through it. Yeah,
I'm already thinking like a lot of the things I do, a lot of mechanical things, and sheet metal things I've done where I've had to lay out multiple, marks. Perfect. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah. And like I was telling Louis earlier, if you're doing lines of rivets, let's say on a rat rod, this just answers the question. And we even have radius stickers for if someone does have to make a corner, because you're dealing with stuff that's straight and won't bend. We've designed some radius stickers to
attach to the end of one and connect to the other. Oh, no. And there's dots in there that are proportionally even all the way around, so it does look right when you do that corner with rivet work.
That's great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in touch with you because I can. That's just gonna makes life so much easier.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
yeah. Now you sell the long rulers too, like to cover the whole roof.
Yeah, those are. I'll show you. These are a bit larger.
Okay.
This model here just goes from 1 to 72, just like a 6-foot long ruler would actually do.
Mm-hmm.
This other one, if you notice, it ends at 36. Well, it goes to 0 in the middle of it and goes back to 36 on the other end. Oh. So for people, if you 0 out the middle of the car, stick it down, go across, then you and a helper, you just say 17 inches, dude. Go to the other side, lay it down. Go to the next one real quick and lay it down.
You know, I saw when you were talking about the motorcycle tank symmetry, and that's what I've done. I've done a couple of flame jobs on my bikes, and decided that, hey, you know what, it's going to be freehand because how the hell do you get it? I've seen guys do that where the symmetry was very good, and every job you have to think of, okay, how much, what's my skill level? How much time do I want to put into this? How much can I put into it? And what are my chances of getting it done? And it didn't really matter to me, the symmetry. I kind of like that freehand look, especially with a flame job. But if it did matter, this really changes the game.
Yeah, especially for graphics, any type of long lines or things where you sit on the bike and you're basically looking at that filler cap. And you're looking down both sides, and you just want to see the same thing.
Right.
With flames, you can get away with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because that was when I learned how to cross flames and put a flame through a flame and do all sorts of cool stuff and drop shadow it, and then it looked better when it was non-symmetric. But any of the geometric patterns, of course, you really want that to repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of bikes, I can't help but notice. You can't help but notice the colors that you're wearing. Is that a coincidence or was that by design?
Totally by design. That's our three colors: red, black, and white. And
it's red. I'm seeing it as orange, so I'm thinking right off the bat.
Cheap Logitech camera. So, it's basically should be the color of the red behind you on your motor part there. It's that color red.
Yeah, how does it look to you, Louis? Because the shirt to me definitely looks orange.
Yeah, it looks red to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks orange to me right here too.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say.
How long has the company been in business?
We only came up with this a little over 2 years ago.
Oh, great.
Invented from necessity of doing our own work and getting like I was telling Louis, is getting the ideas from some of the reality car shows where, typical things, someone measures something and doesn't do it right.
Yeah.
Bean counter gets mad, got to do everything over again.
Right.
And I thought, okay, look, I need to combine something that's easy to read, high contrast, accurate, and inexpensive. Yeah. And this is what we came up with.
Excellent. Now, Ray, Jack's booth at SEMA, you would never know it's only been 2 years because he had DJ, he had people painting. I mean, it was like a party at his spot.
Yeah.
We were very fortunate that we've connected with some stellar artists that have just been so cool about helping out and all that. I mean, me and my partner, we're just two little fish in this big lake, and we're hoping to have enough time there to grow up a little bit.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell. You look like a veteran there. I'm gonna put.
What did you guys do before this? Where did you come from?
X-ray equipment.
No fooling! Wow, totally out of left field. Wow, I didn't expect to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, and I was telling Louis that we would use masking tape and a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Running tape down metal because you have to fix old stuff, and we're drawing it and doing that and drilling through it. And we thought, let's combine all this to something that actually just could be used real easy.
That's great. Yeah, because I use every freehand, cheap, tool trade, tool in my box. Using your finger as a guide to pull. Yeah, you can, if you do it pretty good, you can do it. It's viable.
Oh yeah. And some guys, no, they've got the knack. I mean, this is not even necessary for some of those people.
Right,
but for young guys coming out, hey, it might be able to help them advance slightly quicker by just doing something more efficient to start off, because we're all trying to save a buck somewhere.
And again, if you get into the position that I've been in many times when you work with younger people, I tend to do that fairly often, and you show them that any kind of a scale, you have to explain to them what it is, and like, what is a quarter of an inch? What is a 16th? What is a third? And then we're talking fractions. I made math classes like, okay, we're going to learn, we got to learn fraction and decimal. People don't know it. And I know adults, I've actually talked to some adults who confided in me and said, listen, can we talk about this like over here where no one can hear? Like, I don't get this stuff. I never did. Like, really?
Wow.
How'd you get through life, dude? But, I guess you can.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. And luckily we have a big enough industry out there of, my customer is basically the 1 to 5 employee hot rod shop.
Nice.
And the single painter. So between the two, I think we're just trying to hit them. What we do with our booth is showcase work using the Trulers and picking out some guys that may not get the exposure at SEMA, and giving them a shot at it too. Because
that's a good idea.
We came in last year and just being the rookie year. You sit in the blow up building that they installed down at the end, and pay your dues.
Right.
But there's so many other people in hot rod shops, just painters alone, that kind of are in the same position as I am. And if we can help out, we repost anything of people using our products. We'll just repost it out there because 1, it's great content, and 2, it may give a guy that's just got a few followers, someone else might connect with him saying, wow, he actually does good stuff.
That happens. I'm learning about social media. I learn a little more every day and every week. And I noticed when I posted pictures or would tag some of the tools that were being used, I'm finding like, wow, people are just like, he's following me, they're following me. Like, it really is an amazing thing. It's what a phenomenon,
Yeah, it is. It is one of the best, budget cutters for just getting the name out there. It's been a godsend.
Yeah, it beats having to put an ad in a monthly magazine and wait for it to come out. Now it's like bang, instantaneous.
Exactly. Something doesn't work, don't do that. Something works, keep on it.
Exactly.
Now, Jack, give us your websites for people online so they know where to find you.
Sure. Easy one when you want to buy anything, Trulers.com. Simple as that. We do have distributors here and in Canada, and you can also buy from them. Places like Coast Airbrush, Maple Airbrush Supplies, Paint Hub for Metal Flake. They all have the products, and also CF tapes. So you can order through them if you buy their products and all that stuff. You can just have it come in with a load. If not, come onto our website. We ship everything out priority mail, so it's in your hands 2 to 3 days max.
Nice. With back to social media, which platforms do you find work the best for you, or give you the best bang for the buck?
Instagram first.
Yeah.
Facebook second. Twitter third. I mean,
there you go. Yeah, I being a neophyte to all this just a few years ago, my cousin who does my website got me into that and was harping on me all the time. So we use all 3 platforms, and I learned that Instagram is owned by Facebook, so that's why it's easier to cross. And it was kind of good that I really didn't know what I was doing, because I was able to figure it out. I got a fresh perspective that other people didn't. There was no predetermined bias.
Yes.
I said, I like Instagram the best, and it goes right to Facebook and Twitter. That falls in third. Just I ranked them the same way you did. And
the funny thing about this is because we're only 2.5 years old. I started our social media anything 2.5 years ago. Dove in because, it just wasn't my thing in the past. Like it's like, I don't want to post about, my great vacation to everyone else. I just want to do this. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wicked beauty. Yeah,
man.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I was there looking at that for, I don't know, just a half hour.
Yeah.
Just because I want to do some engraving on my Cadillac. So that's the first thing that caught my eye. And then the paint is just, as I was looking at it, you just kept seeing new stuff, like something else would pop out.
Yeah.
The whole bike's incredible.
Rodino puts so many layers onto that paint job. I mean, you could start just counting them all the way in, then plus adding the gorgeous pinstriping on it over that just is like the jewel on the crown. But he did use our products to do alignments, and if you can see some of those patterns, it would be something that would definitely show up side to side, if and we're happy that he used them, and the stuff he puts out is just phenomenal.
Yeah, on a job like that, I can see being so amazed with one side, I wouldn't even want to go to the other side.
Yeah, scared to go to the other side.
Well, yeah, it's literally a work of art. That thing, Wicked Beauty.
Just like we talk about how instant social media is, I just found you on Instagram, and now I'm following you. So,
thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody on Facebook and YouTube, go follow Jack right now.
Yeah,
go
hit the button. Yeah, Instagram, it's easy. Just the word Trulers. I was lucky enough to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to get an underscore.
Yeah.
Now, Jack, Ray's Motormouth Radio is it's a worldwide syndicate.
Yes.
So all our guests jump over to his show. He does it every Sunday.
Okay.
So you'll get all your information to go to him. So you'll be on his show one day soon.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the support.
I will be in touch and we'll put something together. Yeah, we're it's either feast or famine. About a month ago, I was fighting week by week, and now all of a sudden I was booked solid for like weeks at a time. So I'm working through that backlog, and then I'll be in touch with you. We'll put something together.
Sounds good.
Great, because we do. We have a lot of friends who are painters and body guys. So it falls right into this, right into your realm.
Yeah.
But now, you open my eyes on some fabricating stuff too. Like I'm redoing a kitchen.
Too. Oh.
And
yeah.
Yeah, I can use. I'm going to order some of the longer ones too, so I can really get loose.
And the products, cheapest is $10. Most expensive, which is the 6-foot long roll, 10 to a roll, is $20. So that's it. I mean, there's no fancy big difference. It's just small amounts of money that you spend to be able to save some time and improve accuracy.
Well, you have to think if it takes you 3 hours to do some stripes, and this saves you 2 hours.
Oh,
then, that's $35 an hour right there.
Exactly.
That's being cheap.
Yeah, and it costs you $4 if you use 2 of them or something like that. So it's something that will speed things up, and you'll get a good feeling out of it once you drill. Like, let's see, if you're doing those lines or rivets, when you look down the side, it doesn't waver. It's exactly that, because you drilled in, just drill right in the same area. You're not going to screw up that.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Now, do you have any plans for anything else, or are you building any cars with your?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Griffin Design, who did Mogwai for SEMA this year, we sponsored them, and they actually used our Trulers to narrow a gremlin by a foot, and also by cutting it right down the center and then cutting a section out and welding it back together. So they used a lot of our product right on the metal, and you just like, since you can drill in, you can cut right through it. I mean, just leave it on there and use it as a cut line.
Right.
So they're putting together, we're going to have an Australian Ute. It's a 66 Plymouth Wayfarer. Imagine a Valiant from the 60s with a truck back end.
Yeah.
Something that they never made in America. It's the Ranchero and El Camino of Australia, and we've got one over here.
Wow.
And the goal is by SEMA, we're going to change the front end to 66 Barracuda, and it's just all bolt in place.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to install a Hemi in the bed of the truck.
Cool.
All right.
So this
Mid-engine.
exactly. So this basically would be a cousin of Hemi under glass. Picture that, because the motor is pretty much in the exact same spot. So with a Barracuda front end, truck back end, and a Hemi in there, I think it'll probably lift its wheels fairly easy.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking forward to that, because it's something that I doubt someone's done before. And this is like the left-handed monkey wrench. We like to be the odd person, just like if he's willing to build up a Gremlin, he's willing to tackle this job. And he made first place at the Grand National Roadster Show for a hand-built custom.
Wow.
For his car, and they invited him to the Dodge Autobrama, so it'll be over there for you guys to see it. And they use Trillers throughout the build.
Yeah, I'm starting to think of a whole bunch of stuff that I could use it on. At first, when I first seen it, I was just thinking paint, but now, man, you can do stuff in the house and on the wife's car.
John, I think we could start a new line of our own sizzle symbols. We could put, rivets and symbols with these things, right?
Yeah, I like the idea.
Endless.
Get a new camera. I look like a blue Smurf.
Nah, you're not blue.
You're kind of.
You look high white.
Yeah, really white.
Yeah, like
Are you white?
Right.
I thought you were a black guy.
No, yeah, right.
White with a blue tint. I think it's this camera. Oh yeah, look at that. See?
Yeah, it got better when you got. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there is.
Oh yeah.
Good.
There you go.
Just leave your hand
out
there.
my computer screen. Maybe it's just my computer screen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chassis John, he's a professional
troublemaker.
Yeah, that too. But fish tank. He makes fish tanks. From the show. What was the show called that you were on?
Oh, it used to be on Tanked.
Oh yeah, out of Las Vegas.
Yeah. So he does
They're
that.
coming back, I heard. So I don't know. We'll see. But former car builder.
Who's still building cars?
Aquariums. I haven't stopped doing that, but I used to do it full time professionally.
Right. Yeah. So
what I would be insanely interested in, and I think it would work for other guys, is if you could figure out how to print your information on like something that's bendable, like fine line tape.
Yeah.
Because on a lot of the wings that I do, they're not straight across where they're on the body.
Yeah.
There's a slight radius to it. And same thing in the back. We don't make wings that are flat anymore. We actually curve them.
Yeah.
And it helps with aerodynamics.
Yeah.
I have one of those like accordion things that open up. You ever see those? They're called rivet spacers. It's like from the aircraft industry. But it only works in a straight line.
Yes. We do have radius.
Through the years, I've gotten really good with tape, and I don't even use a Sharpie. I actually use a ballpoint pen or a pencil. So I'm putting a really fine line out, marking them. But it's a pain to have something like you have on a straight line. That's totally awesome.
Yeah.
Especially for doing like aluminum work, the aluminum interior work and carbon fiber floors and things. You could just put that on there and go zing, 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 drill your rivet holes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But to be able to have something that would be able to curve, like on that motorcycle, on that fender, you see all those lines on that front fender, to be able to take something and curve it.
Yeah.
It'll change spacing, but
that's the problem.
Somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you do that, if you do the radius, even though it's not exact dimensions, they are identical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but if you notice on like a vinyl tape, as you're pulling it and putting it down a little bit, do you sometimes feel like you're speeding up and then slowing down, and then like it doesn't lay down? And so what it's doing is stretching, not stretching, stretching, not stretching. So
there's been many times I've had to work with fine line.
Yeah.
Where you're laying it down and then you're peeling it back off and then you're starting over again. And, you got to take your time with that.
Yeah. It's good stuff though.
Yeah. So, but it's cool. I like the product. I read when I saw Lewis put he puts up a teaser the
yes
before.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it and then I read your story and I'm like, what, dude, that's awesome.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I seen it at Tammy's, I think Tammy had somebody painting at her booth and they were using it. And I was like, what is that? And she's like, oh, he's right over there. So I had to go check it out, man, because
I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have some magnetic ones. One they're basically magnet version of the standard one, the 1x12. So these would be available in magnets. The L shape for just aligning emblems and things like that. And the other one is actually just a metric version, 300 millimeter. There hasn't been much request for the super long ones, and production wise, it's not the easiest thing to make a 6 foot long magnet and keep it accurate.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
You just do it in pieces.
Yeah. We sell a 3-pack of the 1 footers for $10. And the L shaped ones, you're paying $12 for 3 of them. So and we always throw a sample pack. So if you're just a magnetic buyer, we'll throw in that sample sheet of the 5 top selling adhesive ones, yes, and give them a shot to say, you like the magnet, maybe you'll like to try this too.
That's great.
Yeah, so these peel off. They're like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might try something this weekend, play around. I'm going to paint my wife's blender.
There you go.
Tammy sent me some sample paints for my car, so I'm going to paint the blender to see how it looks, and then I'll go from there.
Gonna pinstripe it too?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bling it out.
She's going to have the hottest blender in Ohio.
I should send you my shop refrigerator.
So,
we had a cool one when I had Chassis Connection on the island. It was an older Westinghouse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That had that handle,
big handle opener,
rocks when you open it.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a flat surface on it. I guess it was.
Yeah.
It's the way they built stuff. The door curved this way and curved that way. And
you can't touch them now,
radiuses.
Boy.
Yeah.
And the thing was awesome. It had this small freezer in it, and it had like 4 shelves and.
You can't touch them now, man. The antique people
stickered up, and then Funky Frank used to do a lot of pinstriping for me. He had nothing to do one day. He was in the area and he saw the refrigerator because he was looking for a beer, and he was like, "I'm gonna play with this for a while." It's like, knock yourself out. He striped it all up. That thing was awesome. It was a showpiece.
Yeah, a lot of people do that now. You can't touch them, man. They're expensive. They're like buying a car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't even know where that refrigerator is anymore. I left it when I closed the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Does anybody in the chat room have any questions? Feel free to shoot.
Hi, Michelle. She's a big fan of ours.
Yeah, she posts a lot of stuff.
She is such a cool person. Finally got to meet her at SEMA last year. Hi there.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet her. I think I follow her on Facebook, so I see a lot of her stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So what I love is some of these people are so nice to just design something using our Trulers, and we had them bring the items to the booth to show off. Guys just like us, we're in the trenches. We're all trying to make a living, but if there's a big stage like that, let's put as much people on there that can use it. and
right.
It's like a symbiotic relationship. We get good stuff to show, and they get the ability to show it, and hopefully someone notices it or something like that. But to us, it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, you had a really nice booth this year.
Thank you.
A lot of traffic. There's a guy painting shoes. There's a guy painting skateboards. I mean, they were getting down, boy.
Yeah, Jeff Chamberlain from Liquid Kicks. He was doing those shoes. He likes this one of the smaller versions, which is about a half-inch thick, and he runs that tape, the Trulers, right down the rubber sole, all the way around, and uses that as his base to do what he does on the sneaker itself.
Wow.
Nice.
So there's so many uses. The little tiny ones, I'll show you real quick, is they're only 1/4-inch strips, very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason these are good for is if you're painting a helmet. Anything bigger than that is going to just pucker when you start moving it down on a complex surface. These are skinny enough that you can actually just get it done right.
Nice.
I got some pictures here somewhere.
Can you pull up my desktop or no?
No, I think you can. One of us had to jump out though. At the top of your screen, what do you see? Like if you run your cursor up there, what do you see at the top?
The Windows logo on the taskbar.
No, on your plane in traffic should be a help share and options tabs up on the upper right above the chat box. If you have that.
Okay, got it. Which one of those?
Okay, but one of us had to jump out, so I'll jump out. What'd you say, John?
You can knock me out. I'll come back.
Okay, let me jump him out. All right, now hit that little computer.
The one that says share?
Yep.
Share to.
Hey, Ray, I meant to tell you, thank you for running the show last week. Had to get some stuff done, and my time was just crazy.
No problem. It worked well. We had a good night. We went the full distance.
Good.
The crew abided. We did. Everybody played nice. We had a good time, and it was a lot of fun.
Good. I appreciate you.
No, anytime.
Not getting it to do it. I just press share, and then it gives me a hyperlink up where.
Oh, really?
Oh, share the event. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's to share the event with other people.
Yeah.
Oh no! Like in your frame, in your picture.
Yes.
If you run your cursor just at the top of your picture of your face.
Yep.
Do you see
share
some
screen right to the right of the H of the green HD? It should say share screen.
You see it?
Nope.
All right.
It says playing in traffic with Lewis Lee, special guest Jack Pollock from True ... and then it's blank all the way across, and then it just says playing in traffic. Show.
You go in your picture.
Yeah,
the picture of yourself.
Actually, over your face.
Oh yeah.
The live picture of your face.
Okay. So move it over to share screen.
Click on it.
Right.
Are you seeing now? Wait a minute. Okay. Sure.
Once you click on it, it should ask you.
Let's try this here.
A question.
You see that?
Yep. Here we go. There it is.
So this is a 1/2-inch version, and again, you've got 1/8-inch holes or dots all the way across. They change their color on every inch, and those arrows there are actually 1/8 inch, and in between them another 1/8 inch. So there's a lot of different reasons why people would use these, and whether it's bringing a jig out to the site to make it done, or I don't know. The ideas are kind of endless on that stuff.
Those
is.
dots would be a 1/4 inch apart, no? Because there's 4 to a division. You got 3 blacks and 2 reds, so that would be the way I'm seeing it. They would be a 1/4 inch because
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 1/4 inch apart, but the arrow itself is only 1/8 inch wide.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Okay. Whereas the larger ones, they're 1/4 inch wide.
Right.
Okay. I'll pull up a different product here. This is our 72 inch. It's a little easier to see this way, but you can see it is if you were able to put this center arrow that is red on the exact center of your car, you just start pulling the other rest of it each way, and you pretty much dialed in your car.
Yeah.
For everything you can need on something like that.
Or your refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's amazing because think about when you measure out, you got to mark and tape. This here is done.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even measure once. You just drill through the product. There's no measure cut once, twice cut once. Just measure. Just put it in there. Here's our new product. It's called Truler's Scallop. Let me see if this thing pulls up. Taking its time. Not responding. There we go. Can you guys see that?
No, I don't think it changed it.
Nothing there?
It didn't change.
Huh. All right. Let me minimize it. So you're still looking at the 72-inch one that's centered in the middle?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, it's diagonal across the screen.
Oh, that one. Okay. Let me see. See if this one pulls up. Any change?
No.
Louis, you're the screen share expert. What's going on?
I don't know.
I've done
you know why? Because my screen stuff looks different than what you guys see.
Yeah.
I figured I went back to the original here. I'll just now.
Yeah, you might have to change the screen and then share it again.
Yep.
I would think that wouldn't be the way it should be, but.
All right.
It's not working.
Got me on that one.
Huh.
Close message. Sorry, guys.
No, it's our system, man. Believe me. I've been researching new systems because this is starting to get old.
we're working through something.
Yeah. Anything show up?
No, you got to share it again.
Okay.
We had a question. What is the temp rating on the tape? On the adhesive?
Yeah. It's kind of like between 220 to 240. Nothing more than that. Just because of the easily removable adhesive on this. We didn't want to put something down on the unit that is going to just, make it almost impossible to pull off. Yeah. But we didn't want to make it the opposite way, where if it's too post-it note tacky, is just not going to hold enough for you to get your job done. So This is somewhere in the middle, and that's about the range. So, if it's probably wouldn't use it in a powder coat oven or anything like that. But, there's a place in need for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to use it on my cabinet counters. I'm making some doors, and I got to drill the holes for the handles. I think that's going to be.
Well, you could even use it in leather work,
Yeah, you really can.
True. Yeah, that's a good idea.
For my belt loops. Yeah, because I make custom leather products.
Okay. Yeah.
And I could use that. Oh man, you done told me something that's.
You'd love this. You're gonna like this, Louis. I have the belt I wear every day. I've had it for like 30-something years. It's getting kind of worn. But I like it. It's one of my favorite belts. But the loop that you put the end of the belt through finally just broke.
Yeah.
So I asked my wife, I said, listen, go to a shoemaker in town and see if he can make a new loop on this.
Yep.
So I tried this years ago, and I don't know if it's the same guy, but he says, no, can't do it. Well, I told her, just appeal to him. So tell him your husband, he's a real nut. He's a fanatic. He just can't get rid of anything old, and he's got to have this as a favorite belt. And
he beat me with this belt.
Yeah. The thing was, though, it's a black belt, and since it wore, like a leather jacket, it wore down. The black dye wore off in a lot of spots, and he thought the belt was brown. So he made the actually loop out of brown. I'm like, yeah, who cares? but he did it. He only charged me like $6. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, you can go to like Walmart and get that dye, shoe dye,
Okay,
in a little bottle and just dye it.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea.
Yep.
It's kind of like a leather jacket though. Like it kind of shows the
the
it's
real.
it's the war scars.
So yeah, that'll work in my leather shop. Huh.
Yeah.
We do send product sponsorships out to a lot of events. Crazy Paint coming up next month. All the painters are going to get some of our products to try out. Of course, we just had Painter Die over at Danny D's place, Art Circus and Brushmaster Getaway, and more coming in all the time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited now. I'm ready to start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get you started on that caddy.
Yeah. I have it on my magazine, and it's going to be a full build project. And I have people from different areas of the country that are going to give suggestions, ideas, and then sooner or later they're going to come and do little stuff here and there. So it's going to be like a different kind of flavor build.
Yeah. Yeah. Compilation of a bunch of talent.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it'd be interesting to see what comes out.
You gonna get the hands of those fat and loud guys in there?
Hey, if I can.
Yeah. Good mechanics. They're good mechanics.
Yeah, they are. Fat and Furious.
I'm sorry, Fat and Furious.
Tommy Christmas. Yeah, good guys.
Too long. I missed that show.
Yeah, they're good guys, man. I'm just sad that they took the show off. Yep, Fat and Furious guys are here in my hometown.
Okay.
I go to church with the dads, and I've known the family for years. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. People out there, when you're buying something on Trillers.com, if you mention Lewis and Playing in Traffic, we're going to throw some extra swag in there for you.
Oh, nice.
We got all kinds of stuff, and so there'll be a little bit of extra in there if they just mention your name or show.
All right, appreciate it.
Sure.
Everybody on YouTube and Facebook, if you heard that, or if you didn't hear that, if you mention Playing in Traffic or Lewis Lee, he will throw in some swag. Nice.
Got it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Well, we got to help each other out. We're all, like I said, we're looking up at the Goliaths of the world.
Yeah.
And it helps everyone.
Yeah. The thing is, we talk a lot about, about tools and building things and whatever. And it doesn't have to be a big conglomeration. It just has to be a simple thing that works. And if it works, that's it. I don't care what it is, and we're all like that. It's like, it doesn't have to be big and flashy. It just has to do the job. So, you're hitting on all 8 right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of those advertisements on Facebook? That like I bought like 3 things like recently because they just keep popping up.
Yeah. The thing that
never heard of them before, but it looks like a cool item to get.
Yeah.
The drill jig. There's one for doing lines on weird shapes. Yeah, I've been writing all. I was ready to order. I'm like, no, don't do it.
Well, listen to this. I was watching the thing that it's like the plastic thing that folds around for corners and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'm doing a remodel on the kitchen. I got a rental property. I'm doing remodel, and I seen that. I was like, man, that will work because I'm gonna put the floor down and that stuff. So I ordered it.
Yeah.
And then I ordered something else, a paint thing. So I think this product would be a wonderful product on there like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wonder what you have to do to advertise. Because I see that not on Facebook. I get it on either Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, I get it on Instagram too.
Yeah.
I think they're the same. Like I've seen those products on all the platforms like that.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
We
were talking that if we could get a hold of someone at Home Depot, the shop is full of basically just pallet racks. every aisle should have a 6-foot long truler right on the front of the pallet rack. So you're walking around in that aisle, you need something, okay, throw it up there. And it just makes things simpler. So,
we have a lot of companies that come on the show here, and manufacturers of stuff. Let me think on it, man. We might already know somebody that you might need to be in touch with. Let me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I was thinking when you said that, Jack, I was thinking like IKEA. They have the rulers hanging.
Yes.
And that'd be a good thing too.
Yeah. People. That's one thing we're going to be making in the future. It's going to be kind of like the old-fashioned sewing tape measure. You just hang around your neck or something like that. And that's, of course, that's good in some locations too. I mean, you don't need the magnetic or adhesive on sometimes. You just one of those to have as a backup or something like that.
Right.
It sounds like a good deal. So we probably will have those ready within a couple months.
Okay. Yeah, let me get my mind wrapped around a little bit. This could be used in welding and all types of things.
Yeah.
We got a good connect at Miller Welding.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jay Laporto, one of my buddies out in Las Vegas, he uses them a lot. And he also uses them for bead rolling because you can lay this stuff right on the mill and just bead roll through it. You've got a direct line, and if you got to go 15 inches exact, just put it down, and you're not going to screw it up.
Wow, it could be endless things.
Yeah.
Like you said, Ray, it's something simple that makes sense. You know what I mean?
How much simpler than a ruler can you get? I mean, the basis of everything we do, you have to measure. And you need spacing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. There's a niche out there, so we're just trying to find it.
Yeah.
People out there, if you know Home Depot.
Yeah.
Right.
If anybody knows the connect at Home Depot, shoot us a text. You never know. I mean, there's people on here that are executives. Some people are, water department guys. You don't know who's going. You might run across the right guy.
Never know.
That is so cool.
Trying to see if there's any questions here. Yeah, I tried to get Tammy on, but she's doing her Facebook Live right now.
Yeah.
And she wanted to be stuck up and not come on. So no, I'm just kidding. No, she's doing her thing, man.
She's nailing it. I'm really impressed by her as a tough go-getter.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
she's making it happen.
Yeah, she's on it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull her up right now. Matter of fact. Yeah, she's no joke. Hold on.
It's got to be almost a year ago we had her on here, no?
No, it was. Yeah, maybe it was.
Now I got my wife saying it. She said to me today, well, I was going to say we did this, it seems like 6 months ago, so it was probably 2 years. She's right. If I think it's a year, let's see if it's 2. If I think it's 2.5, it was 5.
It's funny how we got in touch with Tammy. Matt Lugo down in Florida was putting on a paint class, and Tammy went down there to paint her own skateboard. And we had given samples to everyone attending the thing. There she is.
I think she's already went off.
Yeah,
I think she's off already.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so she used some for the bit and took up some.
Go ahead, Jack.
What?
Oh.
What?
Oh, you finished your story with Tammy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so she took some samples home and she started posting on Tamco 411 about the product, and it opened up a lot of people that were able to spread the word too. So I owe her. She's good people.
Yeah, she is. I hung out at her booth. For Plan and Traffic, I invited everybody to a different booth each day,
Yeah.
One day we met at her booth, and some people met us over there, so we hung out. I mean, she had a really nice booth this year too.
Oh yeah,
last year.
Yeah,
she really jumped it up.
Yeah, it's impressive. We're gonna go one more bigger this year.
Are you?
Yeah. What we did is it was too crowded, too many bikes for us, but we're going to give the opportunity to a couple of bike builders and painters that if they use our products, we're going to work a way out so they can be at the SEMA booth.
Nice.
But it costs money, so it's some financial input, but it gives them a ginormous spot on the floor, and not next to tight up next to each other and like that. So people just looking for exposure. That's probably the best way to go.
And that's a big part of this whole industry, is just getting exposed.
Yeah.
That motorcycle took up a lot of space, man. That was a big bike.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Then his saddlebags opened up, so you can see it on the inside.
Yeah.
How big of a bike was it? I mean, we're talking motorcycles here, so
it was was that a not a Fat Boy? Was it Fat Boy? Road King. It was big. Whatever it is, big.
It was so modified that with all that engraving that even the motor looks odd, in a cool way, because all the fins are faceted, hand engraved faceted, so they basically sparkle.
Now, did he do the engraving too, or was that a different person?
No, I think someone else did the engraving portion.
Yeah, a lot of guys were doing like a diamond cut on the fins of a lot of the Harleys.
Yeah.
And there's even spokes. They make spokes like that now that have like a diamond cut to them, and they kind of they sparkle as you ride the bike.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, Ray, I'm jumping into the arena. I'm gonna Peach is gonna get some engraving real soon.
Nice.
Because I'm gonna practice on her, so when I do the caddy, I'll be a professional.
Oh, you bet. What parts are you gonna engrave?
I'm gonna do my risers on my handlebars.
Safe. Okay.
And I'm gonna do
the floorboard.
Huh?
That's kind of weird. They're cylindrical, so that's kind of tough, right?
Hey, what are pros? Pros gonna.
Everybody can do it. You can.
Hey, I got an extra set in case I mess up. Believe me.
Right. I was gonna go on.
I'm gonna do my floorboards. I'm gonna do a couple other little pieces, around the bike.
I was gonna say I would stay away from the engine because the metallurgy just is not what you want it to be on those older engines. Do the brake calipers, if anything, first, because you could change them if you had to.
Yeah.
But the floorboard's a perfect example. That stuff is newer, and it'll be. I think it'll take it better.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna try my hand on that.
Cool.
Yep.
You have any patterns in mind that you want to?
I'm gonna do the standard scroll stuff.
Filigree type stuff and all.
Yeah.
Nice. It looks so nice.
Yeah. Watching Rodino do filigree work on that bike was just amazing.
Did they say how long it took them to do that? Because every piece of chrome on that bike was done.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long the chrome portion, but I know Rodino was posting pictures of doing this job paint-wise for months and months. I mean, this was not a quick job.
Yeah, Ray, it was. Now, was that Tamco paint that I think it was?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He's Tamco on that one. Yeah.
It's beautiful, man. I mean, the paint, it looked like you could jump in between the lines and it just kept going.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, real deep. Yep.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah. Well, then you got to branch out, Lewis. You need like a nice 45 custom engraved,
I've already thought about it.
Seen a few of those my day. It's
I just happen to have one in the box that has been calling.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Jesse James, have you seen his guns?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Whoever's doing his engraving is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, really detailed.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same guy that was doing his bikes.
Yeah, and of course, you know, when you're that stature, you can get the best that there is. You know, because they want to work with you. They want their name associated with you.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the goal. Our new goal is we have great content on a lot of painting work and all that stuff, but we're woefully behind on fabrication photos and videos. So any of your fab guys out there that have been using the products or something like that, send me a video clip. It could be raw. We'll clean it up, title it for you, post it, and I'll give you a copy so you can post it on your own place.
Right. Now, do you have any celebrities that use it?
Not yet. Well, Jay Laporta works over at Counts Customs, and a few of the guys have actually used it. Shannon, working on the motorcycles.
Okay.
And Ryan, he did the roof of Jay's car. And funny story is that was our first post of someone doing it using the Trillers for what it was intended for.
Really? And
Ryan was the one that posted it, so we're appreciative to him for doing that, because that brought a few other painters in. Met Danny D and invited me to the Paint or Die 3. We got our product out there, gave swag and product to every one of these painters, which are, I mean, they're top notch, because they're invited. They got the golden ticket to the Paint or Die. So what that did was shotgun a lot of product around the country in some pretty nice painters' hands.
Good.
And then it just started growing, you know. So a lot of people tend to follow just because we like to post of other people's pictures of them in use. One, it's nice content, and two, it might give them a boost to someone else that sees something that, hey, this guy does some quality paint work. You know, like that. So.
Yeah, I tell you, this product is clicking in my head like those ones that you see on Facebook. Those, yeah.
So, well, we'll come up with a nice kit for you there, Lewis. Because I know you've got some good equipment. You can do some good filming on using it. So we'd love to have you on board to do that.
Oh, most definitely. Anything I can do, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Actually, on my website, All Ins Magazine. Well, actually, the website is All Ins Mag. I'll put your information on that for part of our build.
Okay.
Because all the companies I'm adding in, so they can click on your stuff and see what part of it that you know.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that this week for sure.
Yeah. So I think the next gig is Crazy Paint early next month.
Where's that at? Is that the one here in Cleveland?
It's Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the building is impressive where they hold it.
Yep,
yeah, and I just think it's going to be a great show. So all the painters going to get our bags, our Trillers, swag, stuff like that. And
so you'll be there?
No, unfortunately, too small a fish to be able to fly to all these places all the time. Yeah. Someday it'll happen, but not yet.
What's the date on that?
The date?
Yeah, do you know?
It's I think it's early March. I'm thinking 11, 12 or something like
that. I might be in Canada, but if you need somebody to get stuff to certain people, I will be there. I'm only an hour away from there.
Well, Frank, I'm sending everything to Frank up there, and he was gracious enough just to accept all the stuff we're going to mail out. Okay. And what he'll do is take all the products and just throw them in all the bags. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's a nice show, man. All the big boys go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and what a great opportunity to get it in their hands. We did come up with a new product. You'd have to go on the website to see it, but it's a Pinstriper's practice pad.
All right.
And
I need that because I'm trying to learn how to do that. It's hard, man.
It is
no joke.
Yeah, and we made a Pinstriper's practice pad. It's 50 sheets, 1/4-inch grids, and the center line and the vertical line are a little darker. but it's a way to practice either your straight lines or your symmetry by, pinstriping the left side. Okay, now I've got to do exactly the same on the opposite. So we've had those. Nub from Nub Graphics was gracious enough on his show Tuesday to be showing how to pull lines and all that stuff using our
product. Too. No, he's pretty cool, dude. Okay, I see it here. It's $12 for the pad.
Yeah, and it's 50 sheets, and it'll go a long time. And there are also some guys are using them actually for samples to give to a customer. So like, what's the style of pinstriping going to put on my car? They do a little bit of work. Yeah, there it is.
You
can paint directly on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't show up well there with that photo because you can't even see the grid pattern on there. But you can paint right on it, peel off, and start going to the next one. But they seem to be becoming pretty popular because a lot of guys, it's just practice. And if you stop, you have to keep going a little bit to catch up a little bit. So, doing a page a day might not be a bad idea for people to, keep their hand sharp.
I'm trying to get zoomed in. Can you see it better?
A little bit, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
So everyone at Crazy Paint, we're going to give one of those too. So I think there's going to be 100 people there. So each one is going to get one of those. And
here's the radius.
Yep. Did you see the radius up there? Yeah. Those actually will stick and line up to the 1-inch Trulers that we have. Can you bring it up a little bit? Or does it show it on there?
Here we go. I'm excited to get playing with it now. Let's see if I can.
That's another one we sell. Is it's basically a decal sticker that's 10-inch by 10-inch, and it's graduated down in 1/2-inch segments. So if you have one chance to cut a hole in something, throw this right on top of it.
Oh yeah,
and cut. Don't second guess. The numbers are right there.
Yeah.
Place it on and do it the first time. You'll love it.
I put a vintage air system in my Pontiac, my 65 Pontiac that did not have AC. And the one thing I didn't do is I stopped short at drilling the 3.5-inch holes in the ends of the dashboard for the registers.
Yes.
Because the dash is actually curved down. And I said, oh my God, I got one shot at doing this and then it's toast.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it. So that's a good way of
there you go.
Getting around that, yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to see all kind of possibilities. Wow, my brain's starting to hurt. I'm already. See, I got so many hobbies. I love everything: guns, cars, bikes. I mean, just paint. So something could catch my eye, and my brain is gone to that for like an hour. You know what I mean?
You're right. It's kind of a mindset because my kids will do that. They'll ask me for something out of the blue, and my wife's like, "Well, what are you asking them now? Where do you get that from?" And they're like, "Well, because Dad does everything. He's got." And they know that like I'll cross use everything. Like, hey, just because it was something from woodworking doesn't mean I can't use it in metalworking or in a house repair. It's all just application.
It all leads into each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our new product right there, the Truler Scallop. That picture just shows what you can do with it on cups, fenders, and all that stuff. And what's nice is the scallop itself, you can still use it as a measurement thing to make sure you're lined up right with the center of the fender or something like that. They come in 4 sizes too. So each sheet has a 1/2-inch scallop, 3/4, 1, and 1.5 strip on each sheet. 2 sheets, $10, and you can peel it up and reuse it for quite a long time. Because if you're dealing with a clean, smooth surface, you can stick it, peel it back. I've seen it done over 30 times to be able to do something like this.
This is perfect because look at the line right here is meeting that center.
Yeah.
perfectly.
Right.
Yeah, you notice that. Yeah, all you got to do is make sure you stick them to that spots, and everything's just going to look perfect.
Yeah, uniform.
Yeah,
man.
Very nice.
Yeah, because some scale jobs you can see because you're looking for uniformity, and then oops, that one's off a little bit.
And once you're doing, when you do like maybe 10 of those, your eye starts to you start to see it different, and that's where you start messing up.
Yeah,
and that there, man, eliminates that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And speed. I mean, the job is pretty quick too when you're doing it, because with an airbrush and one of those, you can just be one after another doing the entire thing.
Wow. Love it. Love it. All right, people, go buy a whole bunch of these.
Yeah. A shout out to Don Smith Design. He's the guy that did our website. Been really happy with it, and it just made the e-commerce part piece of cake.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. Go check out the website, people, on Facebook and YouTube. Right after you hit that little red subscription button, I'm trying to get my numbers up, man. We need to pass it on to people so we can get our numbers up on YouTube.
Well, we'll be sharing this one out.
Appreciate it.
Sure. Appreciate the interview.
Yeah, man. Anytime you want to come on, we say it's family. Once you're on here, you're family. So
all right.
If you have a new product come out or anything, just come on, text me and we'll get you in.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yep, we're gonna pass your information over to Ray. So he'll get you signed up for his show.
Yeah.
Looking forward to dealing with you, Ray.
We'll get the other half of the far East Coast associated with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray's worldwide, so man, you might get some people from who knows where.
Mr. J's Excalibur. He's one up in the Northeast that is one of our distributors, so you can get product right from him too.
Nice. Yeah, we got some people up in Canada that run with us.
Yeah. Yep. They build some great stuff up there.
They do.
I mean, some of the stuff they brought down to SEMA has been top notch.
Yeah, I go to a show every year. It's not Mega Speed anymore. It's Autorama.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah. And I go up there every year. Good people, man. They take care of us too, and they have some nice cars, man. Nice builders.
Yeah, we were fortunate with this Griffin design with this Gremlin Mogwai. It was at SEMA. Then we took it to the Grand National Roadster Show, and it got first place for the handmade customs. And now they were invited to Autorama. So that's not bad, I think. Good little thing to show out there that you got an invite to one of the best things out there. The Autorama is like classic.
Yeah, it is. Yep. I'm gonna get John back in. But Jack, I'm going to jump off, but I'll leave you here with some good people. Okay. You can stay on as long as you want. This is the after show that they're going to start. I don't even know what they talk about because I'm gone. I had to get up early, so
yeah.
But yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man, and it was nice to see you again. It was nice to see you at SEMA, meet you in person. Yep.
Yes, it was. And we had a blast there, and I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing your new booth. We'll be stopping by. I think I'm trying to get some interview equipment so we can go around and interview a lot of things while we're moving for
that's
traffic.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that set up by then. But who knows? Baby needs shoes,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Before I jump off, Ray.
Yep.
I traded in the Cruise, and I bought my wife a Cadillac. What is it? SRX.
Oh yeah, nice.
Man, it's a nice vehicle.
Very nice.
Oh, I got so many toys, man. I sat in the driveway for an hour just playing.
Wow, that's cool.
And she only give me a key. I can't even drive it.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
So listen, while I was buying this, my buddy was like, "Hey, I told my buddy, I was like, I need an old raggedy truck because I'm, doing some remodel." He goes, "Oh, I'll let you know if I come across." So today he calls, said he got a truck.
Okay.
So I picked that up today.
Nice. What kind of truck?
F-150. It's a 10,
Okay.
2010, but to me it's new.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 So now I'm already on the way home from the dealership. I'm looking at stuff that I can customize. I'm like, oh man, we got to change this. And my wife's like, shut up, just drive it.
Stop it.
I'm like, it needs some rims. It needs tint the windows.
Oh man.
So who knows what's going to happen with that? But anyway. All right, man. I appreciate you guys on tonight.
Thank you.
Have fun on the after show. And Jack, I will get a hold of you sometime next week, and I'll get you on the website. You know, we'll do some stuff. For sure.
Sounds good.
Lewis, can you jump Brian in if he's out there somewhere or somebody? Okay.
Yes, I will.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being
Take
here
care.
on Plan and Traffic. Everybody in the chat room, appreciate you. And please pass on our YouTube channel, Plan and Traffic. It's the Plan and Traffic show. Right. And we're trying to get our numbers up, man, because they changed some stuff where you have to have so many numbers before you could, do stuff. So if you could help me out and share that'd be cool. And I will see you next week. I'm waiting on a couple people to call me back, so I'm not sure who's going to be on next week, but it'll be somebody fresh. Yep. All right, people. Love you. Bye.
Good night.
You take care.
All righty. So, John, now we're going to be doing drum shells now along with the cymbals.
Right? Think about it.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
You can wrap that around a drum shell. Mark out where the lug holes have to get drilled.
Sure.
We actually have a couple people doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because you need that uniform all the way around that circle. So it's not forgiving. Yeah.
No, not one bit.
Yeah,
Very,
very important.
The second show is commonly known as the music show. we delve into all our music.
We get all kinds of craziness. We both play drums.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Oh, it's pretty awesome. So I got a phone call from the insurance company today.
Oh, right, with the truck, yeah.
My truck is in like 6,000 pieces.
Brand new truck.
Brand new truck.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. He didn't know. I was driving on the highway.
Yeah.
And I was in a left lane. Someone way ahead in the middle lane, or it could have been any of those lanes, had a box of that expanding foam that you use to fill holes in a wall.
Yeah.
And the truck diagonally ahead of me hit the box, and those red cans exploded and covered my 2020 GMC pickup in expanding foam.
Wow.
Which doesn't come off when you're going 70 miles an hour. It instantly cures. And
that's a shame.
I brought it to the body shop, and they tried a couple of different solvents, which were destroying anything that was plastic, like the backside of the mirrors and lenses on marker lights and things. And then they tried wet sanding, and it was actually eating right through the ceramic coat and the clear coat. So
that's a shame.
They got to paint the hood. They got to paint the roof. They have to paint the passenger side bedside, the door. There's just a bunch of stuff. And the guy's kind of flipping out because like none of the 2020 parts are around because GM was on strike.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, to paint the roof, they had to pull a headliner out of the truck so they could get to the fasteners for the cab lights and the Sirius XM satellite antenna. All that had to come off, so they had a clean roof to work with.
Yeah.
And 2 of those lights are shot with that stuff. Yeah. So he's praying that once the thing is clear coated and rubbed and everything, that they'll have those lights to replace. Otherwise, they're gonna have to tear the headliner back out for a second.
Oh no! You got pictures of this mess?
I had pictures. I posted some pictures on Facebook. Yeah, it was
okay. I'll have to check it out.
It was ridiculous. No, there was
Oh, that
nothing I could
means
do. I was
someone's
flipping out.
wanting to talk here. How you doing?
Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Brian. Big
Hey,
Brian.
guys.
What's doing,
Macho
bro?
Man.
Hey, I like your product. I'm a Mako tool distributor, and I have a
Okay.
lot of custom shops. I'd love to get some of your product and show.
Sure.
Actually, in 2 weeks we have our tool expo, and we have a lot of vendors that are there. I just found you on Instagram. I'll probably try to send you a message, and like I said, man, that's just incredible. I can't tell you how many times I've taken a piece of tape with a ruler and drew all that stuff out to do all that. So it's
well, we hope we can save you time. Let me know your event, and we can even put together a stack of samples, and we'll ship them to you.
Yeah, because we got, like I said, it's it's a tool show, and a lot of vendors are there. We have, all the new products and so forth like that. I'd love to, slip them some stuff or show them because I've got 3 or 4 custom shops now that, like I said, I'd love to show the stuff too, and
sure,
hopefully get some business or sell some stuff, So
that's Hey, we're always working that out because you doing work for that, then it'll come back to you.
Oh yeah.
From
Yeah.
So I wish I could get a hold of a lot of guys that basically pass by fabrication shops or always seeing them because once it's in their hands the light bulb goes off. I had so many people at the booth when they came over and I just started explaining, like, look at this line of rivets and all that. It's like, oh yeah, that would have saved me some time.
And sometimes we even get involved with using things like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter's into this stuff with her design, so she got me back into it. I'm like, wow, I haven't used an engineer scale in a long time. So it's funny. It's like riding a bike. You just don't forget it.
I love those things.
What a great tool.
They're so stable and easy to move around.
Yes.
I had an aluminum one, and I don't know what the hell ever happened.
That's what I have. I have an aluminum one.
This is a plastic one. These are the plastic ones. But
I actually bought mine at the art supply.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We were just at the art supply store yesterday getting our pens, like, $8-10 a piece pens for illustration. And when you just look at the aisle where the measuring supplies are, it's like there's so many specific little measuring. I mean, in all worlds, you talk about micrometers and you talk about vernier calipers and all that stuff. But, there's so many. The measuring world is so diverse, and so many people that I've met, they know like a 12-inch ruler, and that's about the end of it, and they don't even understand that. But it's true.
I have like 10 of these transparent green circle pages.
Oh, templates.
It's a template, yeah. It's got all different radius, all different size circles.
Get into templates and
I have like 10 of these pages, and I use those to determine the radiuses. Draw out the radiuses, like when I'm doing a bead roll around the corner.
Yeah,
actually,
use the circle template that fits whatever you're working. I have those ones with scrolls. I have all of that stuff.
This one's an electronic template from doing schematics.
Yeah,
very nice.
I recognize that.
Yeah.
You passed.
Yeah. So like all of that stuff kind of, crosses over.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's cool.
Did you contact me on Instagram just now, or?
No, I haven't. I haven't done it. I just saved I followed you.
Okay.
I was going to contact you, and like I said, give you my number or you contact me. And,
sure. What's your username on Instagram?
It's Hey Mako Man, HeyMatco Man. I'm using the phone to talk to you, so it's kind of hard.
Not bad, actually. Quality's pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't do. I don't want to if I start flipping buttons, I might lose or get some other channel. You know, you got to be careful.
All right, we got you locked in on Instagram now.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, next thing we'll be finding like German bar porn.
Something with midgets. I don't know.
Right.
Push the buttons. You know what I'm saying? You never know what happens.
No clown suits. No clown suits.
Hate those clowns. Ugh.
Yes.
I need to get an Instagram account. I don't have one. Everybody tells me I should have it for the aquarium.
Yeah, you know, I tell you, John, because for pictures, it's fantastic.
That's what everyone tells me. I should get
to like 10 pictures at a time. I like it better. I found just by, I just kind of let the water settle in, and I just found Instagram is a happier place for me than Twitter is better for, like, I think for notifications, or even though you can put pictures on there, you're limited. Whereas Instagram is really graphic and picture based, and
Yeah, even Vince says one. Come on, John. It's 2020, man.
Right? Yeah. One of the things I need to buy, which I don't know. Have you ever guys tried to take a photograph or a video of a fish tank? It's like almost impossible.
Oh yeah.
There's a bazillion reflections everywhere.
Yeah.
And B, the kind of lighting that we use, an iPhone makes everything look purple.
I don't know about the iPhone.
They sell a lens, and I don't know. It looks like a yellowish amber kind of color.
It's a filter. Yeah,
it's a filter that goes over it, and it's supposed to photo correct.
I use those on my SLRs. There was filters for fluorescent light and all different types of lighting. But I know I'm using a Samsung phone, and I can go into the manual settings and do all of that.
Yeah,
I don't know about the iPhone. Should maybe
the iPhone 11, but not the 8.
Okay. The other thing too is I'm always taking pictures freehand of stuff that I try to get in scale, and and you get a reflection. So it's either and you don't want to skew the camera. So I find I'm using my hand. It's like being in a dark room. I'm dodging with my hand the light, or using like something over me to kind of diffuse that light, and it can be a lot of work. Again.
No, it's difficult. Aquariums there's too much refraction going on. When we were doing the TV show, they had to do what they call beauty shots, which is like at the end of the episode, they show the tank. They bring in a rigging and lighting company, and it takes them hours. They basically black out the room anywhere that there's light coming in. Even to the point where if it's like a freestanding system, they literally build a room around it that the cameras can be inside, and then they light it. They take whatever kind of lighting we use on the aquariums, and they change it, and they use different frequency, and
they put the camera
like all day production for them to light the set and get these shots.
No, they put the camera in a controlled environment that it can meter. It knows what it's going to meter in that controlled environment. So instead of trying
I learned a lot doing that show. Guys running around with that little handheld meter thing, and measuring tapes.
Light meters.
It's not a Hollywood production.
No, a lot of times, like, I'll take pictures of something, even though I want to put on Instagram, and you'll see your own reflection. So I find that, like, if you just skew it, go on a little bit of an angle, it'll go away. It's out of frame. You got to play around with it sometimes.
Hey, Jack, can you explain one more time when you were talking about the radius tape?
Yes.
Are the marks actually spaced out the 1/4 of an inch so that when you're making a radius, it's already like pre-measured?
Yes. We have a tight and I'll call it a tight and a loose radius. There's two of them. One is if you really want to almost take a slightly rounded 90-degree turn, and one's more of a slow curve. What we did was just calculate out the amount of space in that arc, and get as close to 1/4 inch possible going through. Now it's impossible because on the arc you're not going to get. It's just not going to divide by the 1/4 inch exactly.
Right.
It's close, so damn close. So instead of being 0.250, it's probably maybe 230. But from the eye, if you drill all the way around this corner and keep going back up, it's going to look perfectly spaced.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle now. I've got our toolboxes have handles on them that are drilled and has a nut set in it, to put the handle on.
Right.
But when you put on a side cabinet or a locker, they don't have that there because they don't want a handle mounted to that.
Oh.
So, because of, it's not attached to the toolbox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in my case, the way I have my boxes laid out, I'm actually going to put in between the box, I'm laying this piece of stainless steel table in,
Okay.
for a workbench, to fill the gap in between
Sure.
the two boxes. And of course, drilling the hole in the box. I mean, like I said, I can't really show you, but I've already like grid it all out. And of course, to have matching on both sides is the trick.
Right.
Yeah.
So you already have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 2 beers, take a measurement, 2 more beers. We'll have to wait until I'm sober again to see where I'm
Exactly.
starting out,
Oh, come on, you're good for more than 4 beers. Look at the size of you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm trying to keep my girlish figure. You know what I'm saying?
You can drink pints, man.
Yards of a yard ahead.
Yeah. A little bit of granddad's cough syrup, but I don't drill too straight after that. So.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, especially if you use those new Matco mega freaking dinosaur bits that'll drill through the center of the earth. Those freaking things.
Oh yeah, what were those?
I don't remember, man. I still gotta get me.
They're on my list. 135-degree split points.
No. These things are
they're like hyper. They're multi-stepped. They're just like the craziest twist in the world, and they'll drill. They'll show you.
Drill right through a brake rotor.
Through a brake rotor. Just drill through brake rotor.
Wow.
I mean, it's like unbelievable. And I mean, you can just do multiple. You don't have to stop. You just do multiple drill throughs.
Yeah.
What are they? Carbide?
There's some. I've asked 3 times on what type of metal, and nobody's
Probably
ever
carbide.
said. But they're like.
We used to use carbide bits all the time to drill through titanium bell housings.
Yeah,
that stuff's tough to drill.
These things are nasty, man. These things drill, and they just keep drilling. Yeah. And like I said, going through frames.
Wow.
Brake rotors.
Yeah.
And everything.
Titanium.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So maybe I need a set of those. Do they come in like a kit?
Yeah. It comes in a 24, all the way down to 1/8 to a 1/2 inch.
Nice.
You could actually just drill out some rotors if you do it right, with those things.
Yeah, right. You put them on an indexer.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like I said, I haven't tried to drill like through a tap yet. That's the biggest problem. When you break a tap, you're kind of you're chipping away with a carbine.
You just kiss away 2 more hours by doing that.
It's a 29-piece hyper step reduced shank drill bit set. That's the actual drill index.
Okay.
And let's see if I can show you. No, that's it.
I don't have any here. Actually, I sell a lot of them.
Okay.
That's probably not going to show really great.
It shows good.
They're really crazy looking drills.
Yeah, it's a pretty sharp point.
Yeah. And it's a super crazy angle.
Oh, it's almost like a centering drill.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it spreads out, and then you hit whatever size the bit is.
Yeah.
And
almost like a mortising kind of end.
It's angled. It's angled so that if you're drilling on a pipe, there's no walk.
Right.
Yeah, because basically it's almost like you did a center punch right on the material using this drill bit. It just kind of just starts eating away that little speck that you need to keep it from walking away.
Yeah. Yep. It's some crazy stuff. I had a guy yesterday. He was drilling some frames out on a school bus or whatever. He just needed the 1/2 inch, and he's like, well, I better buy 2 or 3 of these. And I'm like, I don't think so, but if you want. And he said, I did all 10 holes on one drill.
Yeah.
Wow. On a frame? That's pretty good.
Yeah, some frame on a school bus. I guess they were putting something with the automatic door lift gate.
Yeah.
For the handicap kids. So, but yeah, it's crazy stuff. Crazy.
So let me ask you a question: when you're drilling a hole with it, do you notice that instead of like a typical drill bit, that it actually makes the hole starts out like as a V and then gets wider? Does yours look like when you're using a wood bit, it's drilling flat, so it's actually tearing at the surface and
it's like
creating like a countersink?
It's like a Forstner bit.
Right, exactly.
I'm trying to think.
No, this has a V on the end. It does have a a tapered end.
Well, tapered in the beginning to get the pilot hole, but then when the bit hits, is the bit machining away, in other words, or is it tapering in like a typical drill bit? If you were to look at a drill bit with a magnifying glass, in other words, the hole, when you start the hole, it would be shaped like a V.
Yeah, it's shaped like a V. It's not flat.
Okay. Because a lot of the stuff for high strength steel, it's almost like
flat.
the way a wood bit cuts. Yeah.
Like an end mill.
Cuts away at the surface, like on an end mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has more of a V-ish. It has more of a V type.
Yeah, you have to have the V to keep it centered so it doesn't warp. Otherwise, because if you're not in a drill press.
The previous bits were Turbo Max, and they had a real funny point on them. They kept them from walking, and they were self-centering, or not self-centering, but keeping them centered in the drill.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that replaced it. And these things, like I said, I can't wait for the tool show to talk to the guys, because I want nobody. That's like every time I try to find out what they're made out of, it's like it's some secret or something. I don't know. So, but it
could
depleted
be carbide,
uranium.
It could be vanadium.
Well, that's the thing. They're very bright colored, and usually carbides are darker. It's a blacker color.
Coated.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. So it's they almost look chrome. They almost look chrome plated.
Yeah, cool. I don't have any. I don't actually, like I said. Oh, wait a minute. No, these are the turbo. The turbo ones before were great because, like I said, they would drill almost through anything also, and they were very, very aggressive drill bit, But these hyper steps, man, are
and again, they're great for the guys who don't understand the science. Because like down at the shop, there's with the body guy. He was drilling on something one day, and I just heard it. I'm like, you know what, dude? I said, your drill is dull. He's like, drill sucks. I can't drill through it. I need to drill. I'm like, give me that freaking thing. And we're over to the grinder, and I try this. And he was like, whoa, it like sucked through the metal. He goes, what did you do? I'm like, I just gave you a little bit of a different angle on the point, and I gave you a little, flute. He's like, how do you do that? I'm like, by eye. That's how I did it. I said, because that's why you work in a machine shop. You work in a machine shop. You know how to sharpen drills. It's like a sharpen taps too.
I tell drill doctor.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was just ready to buy new drills. Like, no, I said, good. You buy new ones. Give me the old ones. I'll take all your old ones, man.
I tell the young guys when they said they needed drill bits. I say, do you have a girlfriend? And they said no. And I said, no, you can't have any drill bits yet. And they said, well, why? I said, because you're not slow and easy. You're hard and fast, and you'll burn them up. I said, it's like making love to a woman. You got slow and easy, And they just laugh at me.
Life lessons from the Matco, man.
Yeah. You got a girlfriend? Nope. No drill bits for you, man.
Listen, dude, just sell me tools. Stay the hell out of my life.
Sell them the black oxide ones.
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
Those Harbor Freight ones.
Yeah, slow and easy, but
one-shot bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible. I sold some drill bits, some regular Cobalt ones to a kid. And before I got out of the shop, he had already burnt up half of them.
What gave it away? That high-pitched squeal?
Oh, yeah. Well, I walked by and I was like, dude, slow it down. I said, you got any kind of oil on there? I mean, anything.
Well,
Because these things start out great, but man, they're really dull.
Put the drill on F, not R. It's got to go clockwise. Oh,
I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Cobalts are great in a drill press at slow speeds.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, but oh
Gotta
well.
match the tool to the material.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of them are absolutely not good for sheet metal.
And it's just like with sharpening. If you're going to sharpen a very hard tool steel, whether it's on a lathe or drill, you got to use something soft. You need a soft wheel. And it's the opposite, which people don't get. But a lot of people don't ever live in that world. That's why I always said people, like back in the days when we had shop class, that's where you would learn stuff like that. Like
shop's coming back.
Mechanics should have to learn.
Good.
A little bit of time in a machine shop, at least a machine shop environment with those the hand tool skills. And, then again, it keeps Brian in business. So that's cool.
Well, I can't tell you how many guys I teach, dressing a file or, dressing a chisel or whatever, because they look at you and you're like, they hand it to you and like, you ever thought about taking a file across that? Or
I talked about a file card, and I said, not the thing that goes in a Rolodex. It's an actual, this is a tool that actually cleans the file.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, you got to do that?
Yeah, I have one on the truck, and I get asked all the time, "What's that funny brush?"
Yeah,
it's for sheep. Yeah, sheep.
Sheep.
It's a great cheese or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
exactly.
Nice.
Never a dull moment on the tool truck. One day I'll have my own TV show. So.
Well, that's the thing too. Like a tool truck is. I mean, tool trucks now have definitely changed from when I first started going on tool trucks, but they never really. I mean, you get some measuring equipment and guys who know how to use it would use it, but it never really went more specialized than that, and because that was like more of the realm of a machine shop. But it should be guys should know that stuff,
Yeah.
Even just the basic tapping holes. I mean, I've tutored a couple guys that they just have no clue. They have some information, but they've missed the basics. And that's why you're breaking all your taps, dude, because you don't know what a tap drill is or a tap hole.
Exactly.
There's a chart. Here it is. I'll give you a copy of it.
Everybody needs that chart. I have a big one.
I have them everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally, I have them everywhere.
They're awesome.
Yes.
You gotta have it, and then you gotta have the right stuff because a lot of taps use a letter drill.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I have two indexes. One is fractional.
We had massive tool cabinets at the chassis shop with numeric drills, letter drills, the whole deal.
Sure.
In order to be able to do that kind of stuff, and it was it was the kind with the drawers that pulled out, so there'd be like, we did a lot of 1/8-inch stuff.
Oh yeah.
So there was a ton of jobbers, the short ones,
right. The short shank jobber drills.
Yeah. For 1/8-inch,
the double-ended ones.
Yeah, the double-ended ones from
the body shop used those, the double-ended 1/8-inch. So I grabbed a few of them from my buddy's body shop and said, "Oh, I could use these in the garage."
We had it's like every single size that you could possibly, use, and then letter drills, same thing, A through Z, and then step drills. I had some step drills that could make like almost a 2-inch hole.
Wow, that's big.
They were like $250.
Those step drills are cool.
They are.
Yeah.
This is the right place for those, definitely, because just taking a little bit out each time, it's amazing how fast that step will drop to get the next one and the next one versus just trying to use a larger bit to do it. So
they work great. They're awesome.
Yeah.
We did a lot of work with polycarbonates for the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you need to punch holes in tin and there's all kinds of things.
So
it's good.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy.
So Brian, did you pick out your shorts yet for San Diego? Flowered shirt,
Yeah.
Got a funky hat.
I'm hoping that it's gonna be nice.
Got some big old funky sunglasses.
Like flowery.
Yeah, right. Flowery.
Yeah, flowery. Yeah, where
Jeez,
my
Mexican.
Fit right in over there.
Yeah.
You know what you need? You need those leather shorts with the suspenders.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And then a goofy hat.
Yeah.
My legs are a little too white. I tell you, I don't know. I don't know if I'll definitely fit in as a tourist. I don't know. So
Yeah.
it's all right.
That's cool.
Actually, hopefully it's gonna be nice. I don't know. We had one year we went to San Antonio, and when we landed, it was snowing. So
Nice.
yeah.
Jeez.
So like I said, you think you're gonna go to somewhat warm, and
Not always the case.
This weather's kind of crazy, so you never know.
Yeah, the South's had some crazy rain, and now it's all coming up our way. John, you guys had some crazy wind and all.
Getting tornado warnings on my phone.
Yeah, Dina Parisi posted that on Twitter earlier.
About this, you would not. It's so weird today. I mean, it was hot, like 85 degrees, but there's like 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
So much wind that they actually shut down the Skyway Bridge. I don't know if you know what the Skyway Bridge is. The bridge that runs over the parting line between Hillsborough Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. And it's ridiculously high, so those giant cruise ships can go under it.
Right.
And let me tell you something.
Where were you at, Jack?
That thing rolls around.
What? Excuse me?
Where are you at? You're in California, right?
Yeah, Orange, California.
It's by Disneyland, he said.
Yep. 2 miles.
Cool. The original.
We're at the 10-minute countdown, guys. We got like 9 minutes left.
Awesome.
Okay.
See, Jack, we'll just it'll just die. We'll just end. The screen is
Yeah,
just
it
going to
just
go
shuts
black.
off. Doesn't even give you a warning.
Oh,
Whoever had the last half a word gets the last half a word.
It goes into instant replay.
Yeah. Replay will start.
Don't take it.
It'll
Don't take it
replay what's
personally.
going on.
Yeah, don't take it personal. You get used to it.
See Jack over there kicking the can. Wait till I talk to those guys next time, cutting me off.
Yeah. Well, it's like me when I got an arrogant phone caller on a radio show. It's like, okay, we'll just pot this guy down. Goodbye. See
cut me out, will you?
Yeah. Yeah, don't take it personally, but don't just say goodbye. I mean, it's just
Yeah, we try to give like a 2-minute warning. I'll count it down for you. I'll let you know.
Last week's radio show was awesome.
Oh, thank you. With Steve Magnante.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's one of my favorites, and I knew it was going to happen as he's talking because he's a talker. He was out of breath. He was filming, so he actually took time out of his filming to talk. Because he's such a regular guy, and I knew that he was going on tangents. I had questions. I knew we weren't going to get anywhere near where I wanted to get. So we did talk after that, and he'll come back on. We'll get him back another day when he's a little calmer.
Every time I go to the trade show and I see him, I stop him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's always got some gems to drop. He's just so genuine.
Yeah. I knew after watching Barrett Jackson, I caught those slippers and I took a screen grab of it, and I knew because I always like to drop something on. I like to do that. I like to drop something on people that they, not maliciously, but something they don't expect to hear you say. So when I asked about his fashionable footwear, it's just like he had a laugh. He had a laugh. Yeah. And you want a guy like that to laugh because he's got a good laugh. He's infectious.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the tricks I've learned from doing radio for so many years. It's like, you got to find those little key moments,
Just know so much about so much.
Oh, yeah.
I like to know what he forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And,
I mean, I watch his Junkyard Gold, and I am learning stuff that I never knew.
Well, that's what he did in Carcraft. It was Junkyard Crawl. It was in the end of the magazine where he went to a yard and he just picked out a couple of specific cars, and same thing he's doing on Junkyard Gold, but just he did it in print. So Yep. I asked him about that years ago. I said, Barrett Jackson, you pick out all this minutia. I'm like, how do you know that stuff? He goes, I don't. He goes, I pre-screen all the cars and I write cue cards for myself. He says, so you don't see me looking at them. He goes, nobody could know all of that stuff.
Wow.
You do a lot of it. We all know stuff that would surprise anybody, let's face it. But
I've seen him, through the years at Barrett Jackson. He's got like a little book
Right.
a little flip thing, a little spiral flippy
Yeah,
thing.
because think how many cars that guy looks at. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And when we went to Palm Beach, he was there. I was talking to him. In between, they had like a break, and he was still on stage. He came by.
Right.
And he had in his book. He showed me his book. He had all of the, he had the lot number.
Right.
And all of the specs that he needed to use as something to educate the viewer.
Yeah.
About the car.
Doing his homework.
It takes time. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah. He's got to make a list of the cars.
Yeah.
And then he's got to go into his database and go, okay, well, if it's got this X, it's this and that, and it could come with this, but it doesn't has that, and and he's right there with like when they run him over the camera, the belly
the
camera,
chassis cam,
the chassis cam. He knows
what
he's looking at in terms of like aftermarket stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, when it runs over and when he's calling it out, he's right because you know what you're looking at, so this guy knows his stuff. So, that's why we love Steve. So this week I got the local Mopar Club, Long Island Mopars are going to be in the studio. So
nice.
Mopar Mouth Radio again. Is that your car choice, Jack? You a Mopar guy?
Mopar guy.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's out in the garage? What do you got? What kind of toys you got?
Well, the biggest I would say is a 72 VH Charger. It's a Chrysler Charger.
Okay.
Not a Dodge.
How does that work?
It came from Australia.
Oh,
look at that.
Nice.
Is it right-hand drive too?
Okay.
Yeah, right-hand drive. Yep.
Wow.
Now they didn't have the V8s and all that stuff, but they put in there not a slant six, but a straight six.
Got 4 minutes left.
It's a 265 straight six, where they added 3 2-barrel Webers, one barrel to one cylinder,
right,
and a factory header to it. And so 72, it was the fastest car built in Australia, and it came out about 302 horse for a 265 cubic inch engine back then. So we got 2 of those sitting in the shop, and then this Ute that's going to be built for SEMA this year. That's done at Griffin Design, so it'll be the Barracuda front end, truck back end, and the Hemi in the back.
That's cool.
It's going to be basically Mongoose McEwen version of Hemi under glass versus Hemi down under.
What generation of Hemi is going to be in that vehicle?
It will be back then. It'll be probably fuel injected, but it will be late 60s. That look.
It'll be at SEMA.
Yep, it'll be at SEMA next year.
You talking 392?
It might be. No, I think it's 426.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
426 based is gigantic.
Yeah.
The V drive they're gonna have to use and all that stuff, but there'll be absolutely no weight in the front end.
Oh no.
So, it's just tap bounce.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we're looking forward to that, and
nice.
It's one of those things you just don't see often. Right-hand drive Mopar.
I'm home today down the Meadowbrook Parkway, and I see in the right lane this little white vehicle, and he had like 2x4s in the back, and I could tell it was short. I thought it was like a Cushman at first, because I could see in the lane how narrow it was. I'm like, what? And I got closer to it, and I said, "Damn, I bet you this is a freaking Cushman." And I got close to it. It was a right-hand drive. What is this thing, and who is this guy on the Parkway? It's like I don't know what it was.
Maybe it was a Thames.
I saw the lettering on the front, but I couldn't read it because it was backwards in the mirror, and I really couldn't. I didn't want to get in front of him and brake check the guy, so I just let it go.
It's so much time, but I'll be in touch with you, Jack.
Okay.
Like I said, I want to
absolutely
love to
down to
show some of that stuff on the truck.
Yes.
And everything.
Yeah, we work out a nice thing with distribution and all that stuff where there's some good markups for the distributors. So good margin.
Like I said, I think it's awesome. Chassis John, when you're ready, man, just send me your address. I'll get your stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm interested in those bits.
Man, it's crazy stuff, and like I said, and and you, Ray. I mean, you're on the, you're on the.
I'm on the rotation. I'm on a rotation list. I just tonight, in fact. On the credit. As long as my credit card, he just rolls it.
Just keep it going.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, we're on a minute. We got about
About 40 seconds left.
Man, it's coming down to the wire. Who's going to go out first?
And Jack, I'll be in touch with you to get you on the radio show after I clear out a little bit of a backlog here. And
Yeah. The easiest way is just Instagram Trulers. That's it. That'll get the easiest one.
I think you sent me your spec sheet, so I got all your info. Yeah, I'll find you.
Sounds like a plan. Glad we talked because I think it's nice to talk to other people that are really kind of really in the same boat as us, and we're just looking up at the Goliaths, and hopefully we can all help each other out.
You got out any second now.